In this demonstration, we're going to talk about setting some basic configurations for animation using multifunction mode. This is a remnant of the original microboard where the only way to program other than writing CVs, you could use the multifunction mode. So we'll demonstrate a couple of those. It has some limitations. You can set it to for blink, you can set it to the default setting of blink, but you can't change the speed unless you go into write the CVs. So you can change all the pins brightness, and you can change individual pin brightness. You can change their mode. That's all you can set. So let's try a couple of those. All right. So we get out of this. We're now in. Let's put it into multifunction mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So now we're going to set first step in this. So there are no function keys on. Press 1 and then use the right hand dial to dial the number of the port. So we've got all the way up to 16. When you go beyond 16, the light shut off because there's no 17. So anything between 1 and 16 will work. All right, let's start with 1. To put it into, set it to program mode, press 3. So you still have 1 down, press 3. And now, while the pin won't change, you can use this number dial to set the mode. So those modes are the same as we talked about before. 0 is disabled, always on, flicker, blink, and so forth. So we're going to set this to blink, which is mode 3. So the way you do that is set this to 3, and then if you're using a Digitrack system, you could just press F2 because it's momentary. If you're using an NCE system, press the headlight button because that's F2, and that will just flash. That's a momentary button, and it will flash like that. Oh, I'm sorry, the horn button, not the headlight button. The horn button is momentary. So you saw the light flash. Now we're going to turn off 3, off 1, and put it into animation mode, and now you can see the light blink. All right, let's do once more, same kind of deal. Turn it off on animation. The pin select is 1, and we're going to go to 7. Okay, I want to set the mode, so I'm going to press 3, and I'm going to set it to 10, which is a double, it's a, not beacon, it's a Mars setting, and I'm going to save it with the horn or the F2 button. All right, and then I get out of that, press 1, and then turn animation on, and you'll be able to see this blinking on and off in a Mars configuration. Okay, so let's change that again. So let's turn that off. Let's press it to 1. Let's change it to 4. And now we changed it to a beacon. Okay, so if you want to change the brightness of an individual pin, out of animation, pin select. So let's go back to pin 1. F4 is to activate the brightness control using the right hand dial. You can see the brightness going up and down, and once you have it set to where you want it, you press the horn if you're on NCE or the F2 button, and that saves the brightness for the animation. Okay, so those are the only things, and those are all listed on page 37 of the very extensive Micro 5 manual. It's configuration mode, function speed select. So that's all you can do with multifunction mode. And if you then want this to go, whatever those animations were, now you want it to start up immediately, just go back. You don't, the fast boot doesn't affect programming in multifunction mode. So you can just press this back to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is fast boot mode. And then you can just plug it in to any old power supply and it'll kick in. All right, so that's programming some basic functions with the multifunction mode. It's tedious, as you saw, and that's why we invented the way and added the USB cord to the main unit, so you could just do everything with a keypad and not have to mess with DCC.